pretty numb. Clint.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have anything to be sorry about.
No, if I'd have been paying attention or really listening to what you were trying to tell me...
Stop, okay? Stop. I didn't know what I was feeling last night. There's no way you could have known.
Well, I should have given you more time.
Please, you didn't do anything wrong. Don't apologize, okay? It just makes me feel worse. I don't think either one of us is used to thinking of me as a... Never mind. I'm sorry.
Vicki, we sat in front of the fire. I held you in my arms. I don't need more than that.
Great. Then, why are we both apologizing? You know, we had an awkward moment, that's all. It's over. We don't need to dwell on it.
Well, I reckon this isn't the time or place for this particular dwell.
No, it sure isn't. And I have a lot of work to do, and I'll bet you do, too.
Okay. Yeah. You know, if I could just make one suggestion.
What?
Maybe you should get some professional help.
Are you kidding?
No?
In case you don't know, I'm in therapy. I will probably be in therapy for the rest of my life.
I know. That is the big picture. We're dealing with one little part of it.
No, we are not. No, we are not. Not here and not now. Not on company time.
Vicki, the last thing I want to do is upset you.
Good. I'm not upset.
Then why won't you consider seeing a specialist?
A specialist?
Yes.
In what? Sexual dysfunction?
Let me take a guess. This is not a good time? Want some company?
No.
Want to talk about it?
It didn't work.
You saw Todd last night? And?
And? Nothing. You said not to underestimate my power of persuasion. Well, I couldn't move him, Max.
Sorry.
You also said I was smart. If I am, then why was I able to kid myself that what I want matters to Todd anymore?
Maybe it does.
Come on, you weren't there. Look, I groveled and you still said no. You can't be a part of my daughter's life anymore. As far as Todd is concerned, I may as well be dead. And you know, I know why it is. Because whatever was decent in Todd, she has just ground right into the dirt. A little wife that he bought. All set?
Yeah, just finishing up the paperwork. You sure you're not rushing this?
Everything still hurts, but might as well hurt at home, where at least they don't wake you up to give you a sleeping pill.
Oh, yeah, that's what you think. You know, I've been training the bird. He's going to wake you up at least 4 times a night, give you your meds.
Yeah, wake up. Get stoned. Wake up.
Well, I guess he's not a parrot after all. He must be a night owl. Like you. I called you after you left here. Judith told me you weren't home yet.
Yeah. Well, I may as well tell you. I mean, you're my lawyer, so you ought to know.
Know what?
Well, after checking in on you, I walked home through the park and I ran into Blair.
What a coincidence.
No, she was pretty straightforward about it. She said that she wanted to talk to me.
What about?
She wanted me to reconsider sharing custody of Shorty.
Did you say yes?
Well, give me a break.
Todd, I'm not blind. I know that Blair still gets to you.
Yeah, she does. It's like a nightmare. I keep having over and over and over again.
Did she bring up the good old days?
She tried to. But I told her that whatever we had once upon a time was gone.
Are you sure about that?
Go at this season's hottest concert tickets on Good Morning America Sunday.
I'm gonna check on the discharge papers.
No, answer the question. If Blair decided that she wanted you back...
What difference would it make? Look, it's over. I won, she lost. Miss Daimler is out of the picture.
By choice, or is that just how things
So you're asking me, is she sorry that she's not Mrs. Manning anymore? She is the one who asked for this divorce in the first place.
Yeah, she might have changed her mind if she hadn't gotten sick. The divorce and the first time you were granted custody of Star, Blair was in a coma.
Yeah, and so what? It's not like she woke up and said, oh, gee, you know, I made a great big mistake. The first thing that she did was try and take Shorty away from me.
Yeah, but even in that courtroom, while I was trying to fight for you, by hammering Blair as hard as I could, I knew that somewhere inside you, you didn't want that to be happening. Yeah, you've always been protective of Blair, Todd. Remember yelling at me in our own house when you accused me of causing her relapse? Blair has to know that you feel that way. That's why she was lying in ambush, waiting for you to wander by so she could worm her way back.
Yeah, well, that's not what happened, all right? I left her on a park bench crying, alone, and I didn't even look back. Now, that's got to satisfy even you. Now, as far as the rest of it about what's going on deep inside me, that is none of your business.
Wrong. It became my business when I fell out a window for you. You know how many bones I broke because you and Blair are still connected, whether you want to be or not, and I am connected to you. Okay, as your lawyer, as your wife, as your little girl's stepmother. In every one of those roles, I need to know where our defenses are weak. You owe me that much. So I'm going to ask you one more time. When you had your little encounter in the park with Blair last night, was she able to get to you?
Wouldn't matter if she did.
Why not?
Because life goes on, and it's too late. I've already made my decision. I'm gonna go with this.
Blair. How do you know it's Taya?
Someone is turning Todd against me.
You and Todd have always fought.
And we have always found our way back to each other.
Well, maybe after everything that's happened, that's not possible anymore.
You didn't see his face, Max? There were so many times last night that he just got so close to saying...
What?
We should stop hurting each other and focus on the one decent thing in our lives, and that's Star, both of our lives. And then his face just clouds over as if someone else is whispering in his ear saying, don't trust her, don't you ever trust her.
And that wasn't Todd just being afraid?
No, that was Taya saying that he ought to be afraid. And then his light goes out of his eyes and he shuts down as if we never even shared a life together. As if we never even created a baby together. Max, God, how am I going to live my life without my little girl? Do you know that she's the first thing that I want to run to in the morning when I wake up? I want to hold her. I go there and she's not there and she's never going to be there. And Todd, he knows what that feels like. And I'm telling you, he wouldn't put me through that unless Taya was right there goading him. I hate them both.
Good. Get angry. Feeling sorry for yourself, you're never going to get what you want.
Max, please, look, I lost custody of Star. And Todd has all the money to protect his position. I don't have anything.
Blair, Ian's got a bundle. I thought you already did the math on this one. I thought you were reeling them in.
Well, he's the one that got away, believe me. Look, he was there at the palace the night that I gave Taya the shove and she went flying out the window.
So what? You told me it was an accident. I believed you. Why shouldn't he?
The way that my luck has been going lately?
Well, throw in the towel then.
I can't believe that you did that.
I can't believe you're giving up.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Huh? I mean, Ian thinks I'm a mad woman.
So convince him you're not. Tell you what, here's the deal. I'll go get you a nice new fresh towel. You get yourself out of here, get changed, go home, and pull yourself together, and then you track Ian down. And then you wrap him around your little finger.
You think I can?
I know you can. I got the scars to prove it.
Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm getting into in California. I haven't seen my mother in so many years. I don't even know who she is anymore. Or even if I look like her.
Well, if you do, I'm sure she's lovely.
Oh, she was. You should have seen her smile. She's been locked up for so many years. Maybe she can't even smile anymore.
Hey, you don't know that.
I don't know anything, but I can't imagine why you offered to take me to California. I'm afraid to go myself.
Because I am firmly opposed to family secrets, even if your Aunt Dorian wants to keep this one buried. I know what it is like to live with a lie till it becomes your entire world.
I bet you do.
The truth is painful. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. But it's the kind of pain like a wound being cleaned. Now, you can live with that. But you need moral support. And I would like to provide it.
How can I ever thank you?
Don't worry about it.
I better call the airport and try to book us a flight for right out of here tonight.
You're already shaking.
I know.
Look, I'll tell you what. Let's forget a commercial flight. I will take you myself on a company jet.
You would do that for me?
Sure. I mentioned before that you happen to be a very nice person. And I'm beginning to think that I would do almost anything for you.
Absolutely wonderful.
What the pharmaceutical corporations charge for the drugs that would keep a patient dying of AIDS alive is outrageous.
And you've personalized it with this Eli Traeger kid. I mean, he's alive and well because Todd Manning is footing the bill for his treatment. Now, is that happy ending time? Not exactly. I mean, how many people suffering from AIDS are lucky enough to run into a millionaire?
Really?
If you keep hitting the mark like this, people will be lining up at the newsstands to see who you're going to target next.
I think I'll have to write a few more columns before we start the fan club, but thanks for the vote of confidence. Now, I will let you get back to what I assume was a fairly important discussion.
Oh, no, it wasn't important. Don't worry about it. You didn't interrupt. We pretty much said everything we had to say.
Well, for the time being, anyway. You know, I think I should give this another read-through. May we speak at the end of the day?
We'll play it by ear.
By the way, I'd like to thank you for helping Dorothy. She really appreciates it.
Oh, absolutely no problem at all. No, I hope it all works out for her. Mel, she's a really nice girl, terrific girl. She's bright, got a lot of enthusiasm.
All qualities she gets from her mother.
Maybe you had a little tiny bit to do with it. Well, tiny bit.
And she was quite impressed with you, to say the least.
Thank you very much. Why'd you forget how to sit?
Oh.
Is she settling in any?
I think she's a little lonesome, although she would never admit that to anybody. But it worries me a little because I'm the main reason she's in Landview.
I'm going to tell you something.
Uh-oh.
Something she told me. Okay, I quote, "I will have a lot of clients in my life. I only have one father." She really wants to be here, Mel. Really. So I think that you and I should work very hard to make it work for her. I was actually thinking of, I don't know, giving like a little party, a get-together, so she can meet some people her own age.
That sounds good.
I am distressed that Joey is still in Europe, because Joey could introduce her to everybody, his whole crowd.
That crowd includes Kelly Kramer. They were an item, I believe, once.
Yeah, they were.
And I gather that Kelly really hasn't had a very easy time of it.
No, she hasn't. Well, I mean, her mother, Melinda, is very sad. She spent most of her life in and out of mental institutions. She's had numerous breakdowns. I gather that Kelly sort of grew up in the shadow of all... Hey, come on, Dorian's told you all this. Why are you asking me?
I'm interested in the family. I mean, Kelly hasn't seen her mother in years, and she may go visit her.
Well, now, isn't that curious? I mean, Cassie just went to Europe to try to find her father, David Rinaldi, and failed. Now, Kelly wants to go find her mother after all these years. I mean, why this sudden interest in Kramer genealogy?
Coincidence?
Oh, no. No, I don't think so. No, Mel, if you're involved, this has to do with Dorian.
Look, we have got to get out of here before Dorian figures out what we're doing.
All right, you run. I'll call the pilot and get the plane ready.
Okay, while you do that, I'll call my mother's hospital and tell them we're coming.
Okay. You haven't spoken to her in years. Do you know the number?
Oh, I don't know the number. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? Dorian probably has it in her black book upstairs. I'll be right back.
Kelly, wait.
What?
It's gonna be all right. I promise.
Oh, Ian, I wish I believed that.
It's not going to be easy. But it is going to be worth it for you to find out anything about your past. And about what part it had in making you the person you are.
Even if whatever I find out is bad.
Even then, you won't have to face it alone because I'll be there.
Thank you.
Okay, go. Yeah, Duncan, it's Ian. Listen, I'm going to need the plane this afternoon. Well, I'm sorry, you just have to tell them to stop. Yeah, right away. Cheers, mate.
Ian!
Yeah.
Just the man I wanted to see.
Andrew, you watching your back? Big bad Todd is out there somewhere filling out the papers for my discharge.
I'm not going to hide from him, but I won't provoke him. I'm not going to mention anything about the court proceedings. Promise not to offer you any unsolicited advice.
Oh, in that case, come on in.
So, going home?
Yeah?
Good news.
Yeah?
Got you a gift.
Ferdinand.
Now, this is a book about a bull who decided that he didn't want to fight. So I got it for you in Spanish and English, and I thought, you know, read it to Star both ways.
That was very thoughtful.
Am I forgiven?
For what? For trying to make me sorry that I married the Prince of Darkness?
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was getting pretty tired of that particular line. On the other hand, at least you care what happens to me. Most people don't. So, in some ways, I'm grateful that you even bother to, meddle.
That's how it came across, huh? Meddling?
You bet.
Yeah. Okay, no more meddling. Listen, as long as you're happy.
I am. But I've said that before, and you haven't believed me. Do you believe me now?
My feelings about Todd, they haven't changed, but, I think yours have.
This is about Star. You know, you wouldn't believe how excited I am to get home to her. I've missed her terribly while I was here.
We were talking about you and Todd.
What is there to say?
Are you falling in love with him? Are you?
No, I'm not in love with Todd. I wish it were that simple.
What's going on, okay? If I'm not meddling, what's going on?
Well, you know how it started, right? It was just a business deal. He paid me money. I played his wife. But then I did start to fall in love with Star. So when Blair made her move to sue for custody, all of a sudden Todd and I were like comrades on a mission together. Operation Rescue Star. You know, all of a sudden we had this strong bond between us. Well, now the mission's complete. Todd has his daughter back, and I don't know how I fit into that picture anymore.
But I thought that you both had a mission together to raise Star.
What do I know about being a parent? I mean, a real one, not just an overpaid babysitter.
I think that Star would be very lucky to have you as a mother. And I only hope that Todd realizes how lucky he is to have you as a wife.
What's with you religious guys? Always laying on the hands.
I'm not here to pick a fight, Todd.
Good, because you have a glass jaw.
I want nothing but the best for all three of you.
Oh, that's really great. I'm gonna get my wife out of here now. We're gonna go to our house, go see our daughter.
Thanks.
Come on.
Oh, you have business with Dorian? Because I really don't think she's here right now.
No, actually, I'm just waiting for Callie. She just had to
Did you
run
hear
upstairs.
about my custody case?
Yes. Yes, I did. I'm very sorry.
Thanks. It's nice to know that someone cares. After that insane judge handed my daughter over to Todd, I kind of went into shock. I don't know, I've just been really dazed. In a daze, you know, lashing out at people. Haven't even been myself, but I'm really getting through that. I mean, I have to. What else can I do? I've got to start my life all over again. And that means I can't cut myself off like I used to when I wouldn't turn to my friends for help.
Sounds like a really good plan, Blair.
Well, you know what? In that case, how about I treat you to a nice dinner? Now, my treat, okay?
Well, actually, I'm going out of town this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Then when you get back.
Blair, I'm thrilled that you consider me your friend.
Oh, I do.
And God knows I find you attractive.
Oh, thank you.
Almost irresistible.
Oh, well, thank you again.
But you are going through an enormous amount of stress right now. And I don't want to take advantage of that.
Even if I, wanted you to?
Especially if you wanted me to.
Well, it's a very graceful brush off.
No.
Did they say your plane was ready?
Well, it will be, so we should be off.
Okay.
Bye, Blair. Let me...
Don't forget to write.
Mel, what are you trying to find out?
I think Dorian's hiding something from us. And more important, I think she's hiding something from herself. May I speak freely?
Of course you may.
All right. Don't laugh. Cassie and I are a little concerned about Dorian's emotional health.
Oh, Mel. No, come on. She has always been very high-strung.
I know. It's more than that. It seems to connect with Star and Dorian's fears about her grandniece being under Todd's custody.
Well, I don't really find that strange at all. Now, you must remember, Dorian despises Todd, loathes him. Probably in a big part because he's my brother, he's the illegitimate son of her former husband, my father, and the fact that Star is in Todd's custody puts her effectively in the Lord as opposed to the Kramer camp.
All right. Indulge me for a minute. You and Ms. Lord have such a history. Long, complicated, and bloody. I mean, surely you must have had some thoughts about what makes Dorian Dorian. I mean, whatever comes to mind, free associate. I would say Dorian, and you'd say...
Energy, hunger, anger, fear.
Okay. Let's hear about the anger and the fear.
You must have had a certain amount of experience with Dorian's anger.
And fear.
Well, the anger has to come from someplace, doesn't it?
Why does fear have to be that place?
I don't know. It's just a sense I have about Dorian. Maybe it's something that connects to something in me. It's odd, you know. Dorian and I have been involved in this titanic combat practically since we met. And many times I have thought that we are actually a lot more alike than either one of us would ever want to admit.
Well, there is a connection between you two that seems to defy explanation. I mean, you both drive each other berserk, and yet, for some reason, neither of you seem to be able to walk away from the fight.
Well, she was married to my father, and... I mean, Landview doesn't give you many places to hide.
But neither of you are trying to hide. That's my point.
No. Don't have an answer for that one. Not yet. Okay, I wish you well in your search for the meaning of Dorian. I'm going to offer you a teeny little word of advice here.
Sure.
I have learned from very sad experience that when you are seeking the truth, you might actually find it. And then you have to live with it.
Well, that's where drinking comes in handy.
Oh, but in lieu of that, I think I'll just take comfort in a coffin nail. Thank you.
Oh, any thoughts on the call?
I'll get back to you.
Right.
Look, I don't mean to harass you or bully you, but you are the one who has been promoting all this communication stuff.
Clint, not now, okay?
Why not now? Look, Vicky, if you have a problem about sexual response, why not get help? Why not go see Mel's mother?
Dr. Maud?
Yes.
No, that's out of the question.
Why?
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 Okay, because she's Mel's mother.
She's also very highly respected in her field. Now, she must have seen patients like you before, survivors of incest.
You seriously expect me to go into all of that with the mother of one of my colleagues? Excuse me. Yes. No, just give me a couple of minutes. All right, Clint. Look, I know I need help, okay, and I want help, but Dr. Maud is not the answer.
Well, do you have someone else in mind? Well, Vicky, it's pretty obvious that your current therapist isn't much help in this area.
You know what? I'm a little confused here. I mean, who is it you're trying to help? Me or yourself?
Mel?
There goes that hiding place.
Hi, the bandit told us you were out here having a smoke.
Oh, Lord, you've gone over to the nicotine police.
No, I just came to say my goodbyes. I decided I had to do it. I'm going to see my mother. And Ian was kind enough to offer to fly me to California.
Well, good man. You are very brave.
Oh, thank you. I hope Dorian sees it that way.
So, does she know where you're going?
I left a note. Just saying that he and I wanted to get away for the weekend, which is true, we are. It's not a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't say anything.
Well, I did see her leafing through a catalog for thumb screws, but I'll do my best. Listen, go easy on your mother. Don't press her for information if it looks like she's not ready to give it, okay?
No, of course not. I won't. I just hope she'll help us understand why Dorian is flipping out. That's it.
So do I. And do what you can to help this intrepid explorer.
Well, I intend to.
Good. Okay, so long, sweetheart.
Okay, thank you for everything.
Daddy.
Dorothy.
Ian, have you met my daughter, Dorothy? Ian Armitage? This is Dorothy Hayes.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Am I interrupting something?
No. We've said our goodbyes. Now go.
Well, nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, totally awesome father figure. What amazing thing have you done today?
It's finished.
Yep. Thought those designer guys would never leave.
I love it. What do you think?
Whatever.
Hey, where did all these flowers come
It was
from?
Bird's idea. He wanted to make it up to you for stealing your watch.
Well, thank you, Bird. They're beautiful.
Come on. Say welcome home to you.
Maybe the cat's got his tongue. Sorry. Lousy choice of words. But I know you can do more than squawk. I heard you. Remember when you were trying to warn me there was a bad guy in the apartment?
Yeah, well, that just shows how much he likes you.
So why don't he speak to me now?
Maybe he doesn't want you to know how much he likes you. Birds are funny like that. So you Better keep these somewhere different than you kept your watch, you know, because you don't want it to wind up in the water bowl.
I don't know what to say.
You know, I know you had your heart set on the ones at the auction, but Armitage outbid me, so I tried to find ones that were like them. I went down to that antique store on Main. You know, you can take them back.
No, that's not what I meant. Todd, these are stunning. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the thought. But I know how much they must have
Look,
cost.
they're just a couple of rocks, all right? What you gave to me was my daughter. So how I look at it is I still owe you. But, you know, we'll have time to do all that. I mean, like I said, I'm going to stick with this. Welcome home.
Well, how do they look?
All right. You know, they might look better if you do that thing that you do with your hair where you make it a big pile and you stick it on the top of your head.
Are you saying you like it when I wear my hair up?
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
6 Central.
Aren't we running that into the ground? Totally awesome.
I didn't come up with it.
Well, I don't think we should blame Kelly for being a little over-enthusiastic.
Okay, you're right, and I apologize.
Wait a minute. That was too easy. What's going on?
I have great news, that's what. I got a job.
Dorf, that's great. Where?
With the Department of Human Resources. Working in the free clinic. I'm also going to be available to other agencies. I'm going to be getting experience in so many different areas.
That sounds ideal, honey.
Doesn't it? I was just on my way to see Vicky. I don't think I would have gotten this without her putting in a good word.
She's probably been very helpful. But don't sell yourself short, kiddo. These people are lucky to have you.
You think?
No. I know. I'm real proud of you, honey.
Thanks. It feels really great. I mean, I just walked in the door, and they said, you're hired.
Well, yeah. They knew a good thing when they saw it. So, are you glad you moved to Lambview?
Probably more than I ought to admit to you, because I'll lose some leverage.
So, have you thought about where you'd like to live?
Not yet, but I can start looking now that I know what I'm going to be making a week.
Okay, now, go say thank you to the skipper, and then we'll hook up later and celebrate over a glass of sparkling cider.
Okay, Dad, Kelly Kramer wins. You are totally awesome.
Another brilliant Max Holden idea, huh?
You couldn't find Ian?
Oh, I found him. I made my play for him, and you said that if I could wrap him around my little finger. Well, look. Whoa, do you see Ian anywhere? No, because guess what? Guess where he is? He's off in his private jet, flying little Miss Kelly off into the sunset.
What happened?
I got the major brush off, Max. You know, in that English ever so polite way that's insulting.
Okay, so we suffered a minor setback.
No, Max, it wasn't a setback. We lost. He thinks I'm a lunatic, and I can't change his mind.
You listen to me. You can, and you will.
Well, why do you even care?
For the last few weeks, I've lost so much that my head is still spinning. My son just went to live with his mother. Maggie has left me for good. Ian saw to that. And this place,
yeah.
Serenity Springs, the place Luna dreamed of, the place I practically built with my own 2 hands, now I'm reduced to nothing more than a caretaker.
What?
Thanks to Ian Armitage. He demanded that I buy all of his shares in our waterfront property holdings. Otherwise, he was going to sell to Asa, so I had to go get a mortgage on Serenity Springs. And this place, a big chunk of it that you're looking at, now belongs to the bank. And I owe it all to our good friend, Mr. Armitage, and that is why I want to see you go after him, and that is why I'm going to do everything I can to help you.
Well, how?
Well, we're going to have to work on that, but we will. We will get him, I promise, and I want a ringside seat when you've taken for everything he's got.
My ground crew were putting a new carpet when I called, so just watch your...
Oh,
Step.
Good. Take a trip, Kelly. It's not funny.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yes, and I can stand up by myself. Not that I necessarily want to. I shouldn't have said that.
Why not? You have some very serious business to attend to at the end of the journey. But that doesn't mean we can't have some fun on the way, does it?
I hope not.
I'm sorry. I guess that wasn't really very fair at all.
No, it wasn't. Look, Vicky, I do think you need help, but for your own sake, not because I want us to jump into the sack.
I honestly didn't mean it, okay?
Then why'd you say it?
Why? Because you're pushing me, Clint. And this is just not something that you can push me on.
Push you? Vicky, it has been many, many months since you recovered the memory of your father molesting you.
And it is going to be many, many more months. It might be years. It might be the whole rest of my life until I can come to terms with this. But believe me, I'm trying.
Up in the cabin the other night, you came right up against it, didn't you? I mean, there it was. In that moment between you and me, there it was. Vicky, I think I understand a little how you must have felt. I'm pretty sure I understand why. But is that the way you want it to be for the rest of your life? Because the longer you do nothing, the harder it's going to get.
I hate it. I hate feeling so inadequate.
I hate it for you. Look, I want to help if I can. And you know you are right. Part of it is for me. Because I miss us. I miss you.
Oh, for God's sakes, whoever it is, go away. Oh. Joey.
Joey. My mom? My dad?